pick and roll I had, daring me to shoot, and I just tried to make the right play each possession.
Obviously a scary moment for AD. What did you see on that play, and have you talked to him?
We had a couple scary moments. First scary moment was KCP. It was a tough blow to the head. I thank goodness he was okay and was able to come back. And then another one with AD, and we hope that he'll be fine, which we believe he'll be fine. So, it's a tough night for us.
How impressed have you been with KCP? He's up to 8th in three-point field goal percentage, and it doesn't matter on the roll whether he's starting or coming off the bench. He's been able to do that for you guys.
Just remain confident. I had some early struggles, but we as his brothers, we just knew that we was gonna keep going to him no matter what, and he remained confident in himself. He kept working on his game. He didn't let anything deter him from being great, and he's been amazing for us over this stretch.
You got very heated after that play on KCP. What was the exchange like? And I assume you thought that was a dirty play.
Oh yeah, it was. There was no play at the ball. I seen the wind up happen before the actual impact. I seen the way he was chasing KCP down, and then the wind up. I saw that play happening before it actually happened. I just went over and voiced my words to what happened, and the refs came in between us. But I knew it definitely wasn't a basketball play.
You obviously weren't feeling well today. AB came off a sprained ankle. AD's played a lot through some stuff. Is there something special about the character of the locker room to play through some of this stuff?
You just don't want to be the one that kind of lets your teammates down. Because we have such great chemistry, you just want to be there for your brothers throughout anything, injuries, illnesses, whatever the case may be. And we just love being around each other. So. That definitely helps the factor when you're deciding if you want to give it a go or not.
Last two questions, please. What was AD's mood like when you guys came back in after the game?
He's great. His mood was great. As great as he can be with the fall that he took. I asked him if I could do anything for him. He said, "You got to win for me." So, that's what our team is all about.
If AD does have to miss these next two games on the road trip, especially against those teams who are playing hot right now, what's the challenge, and how do you guys have to play without him to get those W's?
Just next man up. It's a long season. It's a marathon, and everyone's health is more important than the sprint. So if it causes for AD to miss any time, then next man up, and we all have to be even better.
How much harder does that next man up mentality become when it's a player of that caliber?
Who said it would be easy? We're in the NBA, guys get injured, guys get sick, and obviously we know what AD has meant for this team. And obviously there's no replacing him. You can't say we're going to replace what he does. He does everything. So, but everybody else just got to chip in and be better. And but we'll see. We'll see what happens with his injury, and and then take it from there.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, LeBron.
Dan Wiki of the LA Times sharing.
Yeah, he has the initial diagnosis of bruised tailbone, and he's going to go through additional testing tonight, and we'll have an update for you tomorrow. That's all I got. Additional testing later tonight. He did not go to the hospital yet.
Frank, what's going through your mind when you're out there looking at him laying on the ground like that?
Fingers crossed. Hope for the best. Pray for the best. And, hopefully he gets up and it's not too bad. You just, with all your guys, you never see any of your guys suffer anything serious. So, we just hope and pray for the best right now.
Is additional testing, is it going to mean an MRI, and can that
I don't really know. Okay. Yeah, that's all the medical team gave me is additional testing.
Can you come back?
Frank, after a moment like that, how do you
How do you ask your group to kind of come together again and kind of refocus?
We just got to play. I mean, there's still time on the clock. We got to play the game out, at that point. You don't really, you just, once he leaves the floor, you just get everybody's attention locked back in the game, the play we're going to run, the action that they're going to attack us with, get our defense set, and get ready to compete.
Frank, what did you make of the overall physical nature of the game with, including KCP's fall and everything else?
Yeah, well, obviously we didn't like that foul, but we knew that the Knicks, one thing that we stated about the Knicks is they're a physical team. We knew it was going to be a physical type of game. That's all we talked about for the last 2 days, and we handled it and prevailed.
Frank, how did you think that over here? How did you think that everybody responded once they had to get back on the court and play, given Anthony's
I thought they locked back in, got focused and finished the job.
How was LeBron feeling before the game, and what went into deciding that he could play, and how's he doing now?
You'll have to check with him. He looked good enough. He made 6 threes at 31 points. Played really well, but I know all day he was feeling really lousy, even when he got here. But he wanted to tough it out, and it's a credit to him for playing through something like that. Such a great tone for our group, and he was outstanding tonight.
Upcoming road trip in Dallas and OKC to stay back and rehab. You look at kind of the bigger picture from there, guys. Once the team returns, they have a mini homestand versus Cleveland on Monday, in Orlando following that. Both teams who are struggling a bit this season, but nonetheless, the health of Anthony Davis is what's most important.
Yeah, you got to look at the long haul. I mean, this is why you're 21-0 against sub 500 teams, and you take care of the games you're supposed to take care of. You have a little cushion just in case something like this happens, and so the Lakers can regroup. They have enough veterans. I think McGee, Dwight Howard, and this will be an opportunity for Kuz to get a little bit more scoring opportunity, perhaps. So you hate to say it's the perfect storm, negative on the x-rays, and he's going to get a chance to rest a couple of days so that we can have him when we need it.
You're absolutely correct, James, because if you think about the standings in the West, 30-7, number 2 is 25-11, the Nuggets. So you have a 4-game window between, second and first, and with not necessarily top tier NBA contender talent next, you have an opportunity to buy him time. So I would not rush this. This is actually the best case scenario. Like you said, dodged a couple bullets tonight.
Yeah, for sure. You got this road trip coming up. You outlined it. Then 2 games against kind of soft opponents. Then a big road trip. 5 games, starting with at Houston, and then at Boston, then the 2 New York teams, and then at Philly. So that's a pretty tough road trip right there. Hopefully he is back by then. That's about a week and a half from now when they start going on that trip. But 4 games between now and then, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to see him playing for sure. According to Dave McMenamin, 2 games. Maybe he sits out all the next 4.
Obviously, you never want to see a player go down, let alone your star, but you think about it, we've been putting so much emphasis on the fact that this team has taken care of business versus these sub-500 teams, and these are the reasons why, because you build this pad, you build this opportunity for when someone goes down like this to obviously give them the time to recover and rehab as they see fit.
No question. I mean, it was a nasty fall, but we talked about at the beginning of the season, the Lakers having an attitude where they had the killer instinct, even though they've had some subpar fourth quarters, they've taken care of business so that something like this happens. That was a nasty fall. I mean, when I see a fall like that, I think about broken wrist or something because you can't anticipate that. Mm-hmm. So thank God it was a negative x-ray. It's going to be sore, but he's had some time to rest.
And the Lakers have probably the best post depth in the NBA. JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard stepped in. Again, I said it was plus 22, 12 defensive rebounds, 13 total, 8 points. Like, when you have that type of production, plus JaVale McGee, who's starting, those guys are sort of like salivating for opportunity to play and be out there and show their worth. Defensively, we know they're capable. Offensively, they're nice. I think this will be a good opportunity for the Lakers to figure out, all right, what is our small ball lineup? Mm-hmm. Like, before in Cleveland, you knew LeBron sometimes would be the biggest guy on the court. Maybe this will give an opportunity for the guards to be more aggressive, to really find those shot creators, those perimeter scorers, and to give those guys some more confidence.
Just let Dwight and JaVale shoot threes. I mean, those guys are training. What's the problem?
Free the bigs.
Well, we
Free
might
the
see.
bigs.
We might